and when he would get drunk,
Here
you
we
couldn't
are,
understand.
folks, with Hollywood gay bar DJ Emil.
When am I gonna lose this moniker,
guy,
man?
This guy can out talk Ron. You
Yeah.
saw him in episode 1, went viral, over 100,000 views within days. And he's back. He's back, not talking about Diddy this time. We're on UFOs.
Yeah.
And,
By the way,
and he went MK Ultra School. MK Ultra School.
well, everybody did, but I want to say to Jack,
Ron and I didn't.
Yeah,
send Jaguar Wright a message. I will talk to him off camera about what I've seen, and we can have that conversation.
Whoa, what's that one I just done?
Okay.
You pushing the new thing at the side here, Shaun? You just pushed the new thing.
Okay, so by the way, so the Age of Disclosure is coming out in 2 days. Okay.
What does that even mean?
It's a new. Well, the whole movie was done without a promo. The trailer just came out, and it was done secretly, and it's not like ex-CIA members, it's ex-members of it's current members of Congress, it's current members of these aerospace companies, current the Secretary of Defense talking about, yes, we have them, yes, they're here. And I think I don't know how much more people need to Ron and I were just talking about this today. And I was watching the Edgelord of Space, aka Elon Musk, today. Okay. And he is the edgelord of space because, I was just telling Ron, he sent up another failed rocket. Okay. This guy's supposed to be in charge of saving us money. Why are you sending up these rockets? Why are you wasting our time? Do you know what I mean? Like, I sent him a link, show him the TR-3B Manta. We have an anti-gravitic program, but these are these black triangles everyone's seeing. They're called the TR-3B Manta. Okay, we've had them for a while. They're not anti-gravity. I mean, kind of. Let's see if, oh, you're gonna show them the Afghanistan video?
So this was the TR-3B anti-gravity link that I was sent. I don't know if this is the right thing you want me to look at.
Well, this might be the video. And so what first happened was in Afghanistan, these guys, filmed a triangle show up to this this base and just vaporize it. But if you can look up images of the TR-3B Manta.
Yeah, I got it.
Show Shaun. Okay. And he'll show you an image. Now, we've had this for a while, and they're powered by mercury that's pressurized to 25 times the Earth's atmosphere, right? It's kind of like that's what everybody sees. There's a patent for it. DARPA's had it. We've had this forever. These are one of ours. They're drones. There's nothing in them, okay? Now, if you have this technology, why are you wasting taxpayer money? Why are we sending these rockets up? And by the way, I mean, do you see how absolutely difficult it is to just get out of Earth's atmosphere? Do you know what I mean? And these things are zipping. I mean, pilots have seen them go in and out of space, within seconds at a time, right? So why is this guy wasting time? And Jerron and I were talking about a guy, you know who Tim Taylor is, Shaun? You do.
The Tool Man.
No, my God.
Isn't he a corporate executive, Tim Taylor?
He's actually a British techno DJ too. No, I can tell you a story about that. He actually came to Phoenix and had amnesia, and it was one of the best stories ever.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. Like, before he came out, he was like, the next record I do is going to be a DJ Emil release on Pump Panel. And then he goes out with Laser Jason, by the way, and a couple of our friends, Cameron, and he goes out there and he rolls a quad during this I don't know, this weekend, and he gets amnesia to the point where they start playing his music for him, and he goes, I don't like that. That's crap. That's not my music. And he totally forgets how to make techno. It was one of the most amazing. Yeah. And I'm like the Rodney Dangerfield of music. I'm just like, I get no respect. So Ron was looking up this guy named Tim Taylor called The Dragon. Shaun, by the way, your book on Jimmy Savile is amazing. The next book you need to do is on Tim Taylor. This guy has carte blanche access to the Vatican. He has access to SpaceX. If you look up his videos on Facebook, which he's taken down, but I think you can still look them up. Look up Tim Taylor's personal NASA videos. Yeah, most mysterious guy in UFO history. This guy has videos of him walking on the gangplank or whatever, the launch pad before the shuttle takes off. This guy has badges from every. He currently works with Elon Musk. I mean, if they subpoenaed this guy, this whole thing would be over in a second. In a second, he has access to all of it. All of it. Shaun's enjoying his burrito.
So, if you're wondering why I'm eating, folks, baby Ziggy's got chicken pox.
Oh man,
we were in hospital till 5 a.m. Then I had to do a school's tour. I've only just walked through the door. I haven't eaten all day. That's why I'm stuffing my face, folks.
Hey man, I'm with you.
Right.
But Ron, we were talking about what it's going to take for this disclosure.
Yeah.
Shaun just jumped in on this, and I'll go over this again. Shaun, are we on a live chat?
The viewers have just jumped in. Let's do it for them.
Okay, let's ask your viewers. Let's ask them, how is gold made? Okay.
So,
how is gold made, viewers? Put your response in the chat.
By the way, Shaun, and I was explaining this to Ron. If you want religion, world history, everything in your life to make sense, all you need to know is this fact: how gold is made. That's it. That's it.
You're quite a quirky dude, Emil.
Am I quirky or am I making sense?
Well, we'll find out soon.
The saying,
we'll find out
dig it up. You dig it up and you smelt it. You mine it. During the supernova.
But where does it come from?
Supernovas, somebody said.
There you go. We're getting there.
Close.
Shaun.
We're all star material, aren't we?
Yeah. But this is different, Shaun. A sun has to go through hydrogen fusion, and then it collapses and then goes into helium fusion. Okay? After that, it collapses again. The iron core collapses, and it doesn't become a black hole. It becomes a neutron star. Okay? That's part one. Another neutron star has to be in proximity. These two have to become a binary system, Shaun, and then they collide. Not to make a supernova, something called a killer nova. Okay? So this killer nova, right, creates all these heavy elements, rare earths, and gold. Which, by the way, the math still doesn't add up for all the gold that's on Earth. We still don't understand how it's made. But that's it, Shaun. And you're trying to tell me a civilization that doesn't have a wheel, Shaun, decided they're going to dig up millions of tons of dirt to make jewelry? It's not only a superconductor, it shields radiation. And when you wear gold, it goes into your bloodstream and makes your brain smarter. I mean, Shaun, it doesn't make any sense. It's malleable. You can't stab anybody with it. You can't make a weapon out of it. So this Fort Knox thing is coming down to this, Shaun. Maybe if they're right, because I'm Iraqi, and our people, the Sumerians, right? And the Anunnaki and all this stuff, maybe, Shaun, maybe they're coming back for the gold, and that's all they want. And they're coming to collect. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny.
Maybe that's all that maybe
No.
we think that we're special. Maybe they're like, listen, man, we're coming back in 4,000 years. You better have the goods.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because
Yeah.
that was one of the first things I remember being about 12 years old, right? Like what, 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember, like a friend's dad or something like that telling us all about how aliens came here to mine gold to take back to their solar system,
Yeah.
and one day they'll be coming back. And I'm not even joking. That was probably the first conspiracy theory that
It's
ever heard.
not a conspiracy. I've been to Guatemala.
No,
I've seen these.
No, I'm saying conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? Like open inverted commas.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
Occam's razor. I mean, listen, you've got mines that are 50,000 years old. I mean, listen. Well, okay, listen, we're talking about ancient people. Why not
Yeah.
pyrite? Why not obsidian?
Right?
Why not copper? Yeah,
You're right.
I mean, like and also when I went to Guatemala, they have these giant, it's similar pyramids, and they were just mining gold. I mean, every one of these places, gold. There's something to gold. I mean, obviously, it is, and people think it's just like this.
That's actually quite an interesting point because we never really thought about this, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the Aztecs were littered in gold, and I mean, it's
right,
a ridiculous point, right? And it
right.
makes no sense that at that point, a tribe probably didn't think to themselves, oh, we've got tons of gold, one of the most expensive metals in the world, right? They're not thinking of the monetary concept of gold.
Labor intensive, and it takes forever to get it, and it's to make jewelry, man. Come on, man. Use this is the thing. This whole thing, this disclosure comes down to common sense. Common sense. So, like, if they want to disclose, okay, I don't want to talk about aliens. Just talk to me about the anti-gravitic drives. I believe Bob Lazar. I believe that we have an anti-gravity, we have a free energy device. I don't know how that's going to play out with, with the oil business, and even this Ukraine thing. What a mafia thing he pulled. What did he want? He want rare earths. Why does he need rare earths? Because everything in your studio and this phone needs rare earths. And where did I say that stuff is made? Only in a killer supernova. These are not things that we can make. You can't make them in a lab. There's not this. Like, if you took all the gold on the planet, it only equals like 3 or 4 swimming pools, Olympic-sized swimming pools, and that's it. There's no more of it. I mean, and that's really what it comes down to. I mean, it comes down to like these metals, and I think it's. By the way, I think I don't know if I talked to you about this, Shaun. Elon Musk. Do you know he laid flowers on the grave of Ataturk, the guy that was the architect of the Armenian genocide? By the way.
No.
Yeah. I don't know how he pulled that one off. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it's Elon Musk. He probably thought it was someone else's grave. I mean, the man done a Nazi salute by accident. Do you know what I mean? Who does that? Who does that? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but back to what I was saying. I'm bringing it full circle. Back to Tim Taylor, right? This guy, and by the way, they're talking about cutting U.S. aid and all these programs. You haven't heard one mention of DARPA. You haven't heard one mention of any of these black programs that are being cut. Have you?
No.
Right?
Yep.
How much? What about DARPA? You don't think you can cut money from DARPA? I mean, this is the thing. He's going to get himself in a lot of trouble talking about cutting budget from the DoD, and when they try to find that kind of money. Like, these programs are heavy, man. Like we don't have access to them. There's only a few people that know. Like, even the Phoenix Lights could have been something called the TR-6 Helios, which is a high altitude platform, basically space router. But I still can't figure out why they would fly it over a city. Do you know what I mean? Like, these things, we have these things, but why are we wasting time with rockets? Do you
not think the rocket side of thing is almost on an it's to give us the simpletons of this world the impression that technology is moving forward when really it's way more advanced than
it really isn't. It's not. I don't think anyone believes it, man. I don't. And NASA, and can I just tell you, just the nomenclature of it,
Yeah.
When they see these UFOs, they defy the laws of physics. What does that mean? The laws of physics. So now they're space criminals because they're breaking the laws of physics. I mean, do you think about the nomenclature of this stuff? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Can we just for a second imagine the police force that enforces those laws?
That's Space Force. That's Space Force. You're breaking the laws of physics. We're here to enforce the laws of physics.
This guy. Listen, I just want to say, right, you need to come back here more often, right?
I've been telling Shaun. I mean, like, I listen. I try to do it in a funny way, but it makes sense. Like, I mean, like. This is like when you see these guys, and if I ever see Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm gonna crack him in his mouth. That guy, like, he's like, well, it could be like, the guy can't admit anything. Like he literally said that a Navy pilot did goes, well, were the cameras calibrated? Was your brain calibrated, bro? Like, give me a break. Like, all of these scientists, like. The point is that they're wrong. Like the whole. I love that I'm making you laugh, man. This is great.
Too good, man. Well, no, I'm still recovering from the being arrested for breaking the laws of physics. That one, I'm telling you now, I'm going to be retelling that story.
Can you please send me some clips of this? I think that one would be a viral clip. We should just put that one up.
It's too good, mate. I'm just saying,
right?
That needs to go in a hoodie, is what that needs to do.
Yeah,
can I just interject just briefly, just to tell the viewers what's going on here? So, guys, we've got my friend from back in the day, DJ Emil, with us. It's part 1. If you missed it, it's Hollywood Gay Bar DJ part 1.
Okay.
Link is in the description box. All of it.
I mean,
what is it? It's doing nothing for the algorithm either, right? I'm doing nothing, right?
Talk about a psyop. Talk about a psyop. You got a guy talking about something serious. God. You're like, here comes a gay bar DJ to talk about UAPs. Talk about a psyop.
Emil's links are in the description box. There is you can stalk him on his Twitter. And mods, Emil doesn't give a hoot what people say about him in the chat. He's a very divisive character.
Yeah.
I think the reason that it went viral last time is because half the comments were like, what the F is this guy on? What is he saying? And the other half of the comments are saying, we love this guy. Bring him back on. And they were all arguing with each other.
100% sober. 100% sober. This time I'm not. Didn't just get back from a run, and from the dentist. So we're like totally lucid. I'll answer any questions. But again,
you've got a question, Emil. You got a question from Vic, the gatekeeper. Emil, are you saying you're Iraqi? What do you know about the Iraqi diner, Babylon, and the wealth stolen? I am Armenian, Emil, and we have probably crossed paths. Love you.
Love you too, man. And by the way,
that was a question.
What do I know about I don't know about the Iraqi diner, but I do know about the soldiers that stole all the Sumerian tablets and all the stuff from the museum, on the first Gulf War. Yeah, I know about all that.
Would, though. You would. Don't pretend like you wouldn't. If you were in an army and you just invaded a country, you're stealing everything. Let's not all act surprised. You would all steal something from the spoils of war. Let's not talk crap.
I love that this is coming from the Scottish and the British, who are the masters.
I'm just saying.
The masters
of the war. We keep everything. We keep it all. If you lose,
half of your museums are looted stuff.
You got a question, Emil?
I get it.
How on earth is Emil qualified to talk about UAPs? Ha ha. Emil went to MK Ultra School, Louise.
It says it in the title. Hollywood Gay Bar DJ. Hollywood.
We gotta get rid of that. So if this is the first time tuning in, and I told Shaun last time, I was here in '99 for the Phoenix Lights, and one of the things that if you were here. Me and your friend David Holthouse actually saw the craft, and you can look this up. Kurt Russell, the actor, was the first one to report it to the airport because he flew his plane underneath the craft, which was a V-shaped craft.
Yeah.
that was probably 1,500 feet across, and it flew over Phoenix. Everybody saw it, right?
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, I saw two A-10 warthogs fly and drop flares in a V pattern right after it.
Yeah, I bet they did. Yeah.
Okay. Then I see the governor have a press meeting where he goes, okay, and here come the culprits. And he brings out a fake alien, right? That's the TR3B Manta. That's a triangle everyone's
The
seeing.
boss is pushing buttons here, Emil. I'm trying to make it look like we're doing a professional show while he's just frantic. What have we done now, Shaun? What we're doing now,
Hold
mate?
on.
There we go.
Phoenix Lights. Phoenix
There we
Lights.
go.
Here they are.
Good lad.
Yeah. And you know what I said at the time? You know what I said at the time? And by the way, the governor came out 5 years later, and there is a Men in Black aspect of this because James Fox did a special on it, and you know how they always go, oh, the astronomers don't have any footage. Well, there was an astronomer that was on, I believe, Camelback Mountain that was filming some meteor shower, and he had filmed it, and he tried to get it to a local councilwoman and said, okay, I'm going to send it over. He said, the guy came, picked up, these two guys came, picked up and then he called about a week later and said, hey, and she said, where's the footage? And he said, two Men in Black picked up the footage. But the point being was, like, I went and simplified this whole thing. They said, oh, it was flares. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll pull up a lawn chair. I'll give you 6 tries. Go ahead and do it again. Go ahead. Well, the whole city will watch you drop flares and do exactly what we just saw. And you could have just ended the whole thing, and it wouldn't. There would be no discussion about whether it was flares or not. And then, or you could see 2 A-10 warthogs drop flares and try to attempt it. I don't know, but everyone in the city saw that, and I saw my government lie to me, and this is not the easiest thing to talk about, but for a few years after that, I suffered from the hitchhiker effect. I was with my ex-wife, he knows, Andrea, Amba Evans, and we were living in San Francisco, and I had a stepdaughter that was living in Telluride, and in Gallup, New Mexico, we had an experience where we saw some patterns of lights, and these things followed me for about a week, ending, and I sent you an image where I was off the 5 freeway in LA, and I literally thought I was losing my mind, and there was this egg-shaped thing that was floating right off the side of the freeway, and I got out of the car and started walking onto oncoming traffic onto the freeway, because at that point, if I got hit by a car or someone pulled over or the cops came, at least they could tell me that I was crazy and that thing wasn't where it was. A car pulled over, and a Hispanic family pulled over, and the lady gets out of the car, looks at the thing, and she starts going, "Hey, my God," starts praying, hugging her husband. My ex-wife gets me in the car. We get in the car, and then we go around, because we go around the 5, and it's still on top of this hill. I see a helicopter. It's like this, a helicopter going like this, comes up to it, and it pulls away. So I get out of the car. She's screaming. I run up the hill. 2 cops show up, right? 2 state troopers show up. Guy comes up. I look crazy. Guy goes, okay, let me see your IDs, whatever. And I go, okay, I just want you to answer a question. He goes, you're acting real funny. I go, yeah. Here's my ID. Looks me over and goes, so what are you doing up on this hill? I go, I'm just looking at something. Can I ask you a question? He goes, yeah. I go, what's that thing? And I point up to it. He didn't even look up at it. He just goes, that's a planet. Goes back to his car, gets in, and goes chasing after it. Okay? This went on for days. I thought I had lost my mind. I called the Art Bell show. I called MUFON. So I'm more than qualified. I've had the experience. I spent a year and a half trying to prove it, calling the FAA, looking for anomalies, looking for the helicopter flight records. The guy was like, well, if you tell me what you're looking for. And I said, well, I'm just looking for any kind of anomalies in this area. And he goes, oh, like little green men. And I hung up the phone. So I've been through all this. I have friends that work in special operations. They've told me about these, the TR3B years before. Like I know what we have, and I know what we don't have. And I'm saying is, let's not focus on the beings, interdimensional beings, which I'm sure they are, but let's focus on if we have these things and we have these uh free energy devices, let's figure it out. But I honestly don't think they I don't think they know. It's like me traveling back to the 1800s and giving you a flash drive. You look at it as a piece of plastic. There's information on it, but you don't know how to. You don't know what's on it. You don't know how to get the information off of that flash drive. I don't think that they have any idea. They're starting to get an idea with these psionic programs, but this UAP disclosure, it's a problem, especially in this country when you have a number of politicians who are faith-based, and now they have to look at something and it has to fit within the confines of their religion or their beliefs. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, though. When we talk about why these things haven't been disclosed, because the minute that the entire planet realizes that there's more to the universe than just us, religion and known science goes down the toilet, and it's terribly bad for business, right? I mean, we're run by a very interesting group of people that seem to care more about the 1% than the rest, right?
Yeah, but you're close, but you just missed it. But
Okay.
what did I say earlier?
Go on.
Science might be the problem. They become more of a religion than anything.
Oh,
Like I said, you know,
yes. In this
yeah,
case, 100%. It would
yeah,
be 100% guaranteed.
yeah,
It would be a mad era. It really, really
yeah,
would. It
yeah.
really would.
It's like, like, I mean, like I said, like when I hear the laws of physics, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna write me a ticket? Like I like
That is
what are
too good.
what are you gonna subpoena me? I mean, get out of here.
Honestly, I'm not being funny, but you could just start a stand-up career in one of these places where you've only got to do a 3-minute set and ruin the whole place with that. You could just walk out there, say that, and you'd be done, man. That is too good. Too good.
It's so funny because it's sitting right in front of people's faces. I'm just like, what are you laws? I mean,
Well, you see, I agree with you. I mean, I often say to the side chat, the audience, right, that when we discuss the possibilities of these levitation engines and all of this stuff, people say, "Oh no, it's beyond our science." Well, that's because we're so conditioned to think within that box, right? And anything out of that box just isn't real, right? You're a fantasist if you go outside that box. But that box has been artificially put there just to control us and keep us off what's really going on. Do you not think?
Well, here's the thing about being Iraqi and especially being in America, which is really, really tough. I get people that talk to me as an Armenian too. They're like, so do y'all believe in Jesus? And I'm like, listen, man, I know that Jesus looks like a Swedish biker, but that took place in my hood, homie. Like, I'm directly related to. I mean, I don't know where they think it's they're Norse. I have no, like, you know what I mean? Like, people are talking to me about like Christianity. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about, man? Like,
Jesus was Asian, wasn't he? Was Jesus not an Asian guy?
my mom reads and writes in Aramaic, buddy. Why don't you ask her? I mean, like, people are like, well, the Aramaic
Ask your mom.
translation.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna ask your mom.
my mom reads and writes. She's Chaldean. She reads and
I'm
writes in
not
Aramaic.
gonna ask her. I'm gonna take your word for it, mate. I'm not gonna phone your
Yeah.
mom up and be like, "All right, listen, hi, your son asked me just to confirm some facts here." No, I hear what you're saying.
Would you like me to bring her in?
Yes, I would love for you to bring your mother in right now. I would love that. Right, please.
This one can't get any crazier.
This is happening. This is happening.
Mom.
Well, folks, put a 1 in the chat if you think DJ Emil is sane. Put a 2 in the chat if you think DJ Emil
I'll be
is
honest.
completely bonkers.
This is probably the most sane guest we've ever had. But he's got 1,000 terabytes of information stored on a 2 terabyte drive in his head, and it needs to all come out. It needs to come out now. Come out now. Okay, yes.
Got a mix
All
of
right,
ones
here
and
we go.
twos.
Here we go. Yes.
Okay.
I can't believe I just got called out.
You might have to turn your phone to the side so we can see you properly.
She just woke up. Okay, Mom.
Make your phone horizontal.
Okay, here you go, Mom.
Hello.
Hello,
How you
Mom.
doing? How are you
How are
doing?
you?
Doing good, good.
Would you explain to them that you read and write in Aramaic? They don't.
No, I don't read or write, but I speak it.
She speaks
Oh,
Aramaic.
that's
I
your
speak
son.
it.
Your son was just
All
spreading
my
false
family
news about
speak
you.
it.
He said you're a fantastic mum and that you can write in and read this wonderful language. And I just wanted to hear it from
No,
yourself.
we do.
And the man decided to shout his mum through to prove
Matter
his
of
point.
fact,
10 out of 10.
all the Christian back in Iraq or Syria, we speak that language.
Okay, that's
We
awesome.
kept it.
Chaldonic Arabic.
Yeah,
And a lot of
I'm
people
from,
read or write it too, but I don't.
yeah, I'm from Scotland. We had our own language, Gaelic, and it got wiped out.
Drambrula.
Yeah, Akira Mahashiv, brother. Akira Mahashiv, you know? It's all of that.
Mom.
Okay, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Don't
meet you.
ever, don't ever try to call me out.
Bring his mum on.
Don't ever try. Don't ever try to call me out, bro.
I
I'm
ain't
telling
doing
you
it,
right
bro.
now.
I just got schooled on the art of don't mess with me. I will bring my mum in. Don't make me bring my mum in.
I don't.
What a legend, man.
I mean, I'm gonna come out to England. I'm telling you, like, but let's get to the UAP disclosure and let's talk about like the gold. So the gold part, right? All
Yes.
these people are talking about gold, but nobody talks about the fact how it's an absolute miracle that it's on this planet.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And that if you just simplify it and go, these people were just basically trying to feed themselves, and then all of a sudden they're gonna go and dig and look for gold. It doesn't make any sense, man. None of it, but what does make sense is that they were probably doing it for someone else or for another purpose. And I fully believe that
that does make a lot of sense. I mean, it does make a lot. Because why? Why would you spend all your time digging up wads? I mean, unless there was just boulders of it sitting above the.
But it's not even a hard metal. It's soft. It doesn't. Yeah. You can't use it for anything. I mean, other than jewelry. I mean, what? And they didn't have a wheel, dude.
But, I think this is going to ruin my brain. I think I'm going to obsess about this gold theory for a while, Emil.
I told you.
Sense. Emil,
I told you.
Why would they be digging up gold? Why?
Emil, can you read that on the screen?
What does it say?
Parav ench pes essay.
Oh, Shane,
inch peses, lavem.
Man.
So
why would they be digging up gold? It's useless. At that,
dude, if
you've not got the wheel, right? What are you doing digging up wads of gold for? No sense. No sense.
You got to dig a lot of dirt. I mean, if
you've got to dig, mate. You've got with what? With your wheel? With what?
Right.
With what, mate? What you digging with?
And then to find a vein of gold is impossible. I mean, like they spend billions of dollars with these giant machines looking for it. I mean, you're telling me, it just was like coming out of the. No, I don't know.
It does have a point. Yeah,
I do.
It does. At the beginning, we all thought, "Ha, nutter!" Right now, we're all like, "Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah."
Nah, I don't want to play anymore, man. I don't want to play. I want to play.
But again, like, so even with this UAP disclosure, let's not talk about the aliens and people are talking about they could be demons or not. Listen, talk to me. Listen, let's go back to Bob Lazar. First of all, everybody owes him an apology. Like, I mean, what they put that guy through. I mean, seriously, like, they erased his school records, called him a liar. Yeah. He owned a brothel. Yeah, he's had a shady past, but it's like when we were talking to Oppenheimer, like even in the movie in his biography, he didn't hire the people in the Manhattan Project because he didn't want to hire them because they had shady past. He hired them not in spite of it, but because of it. And me and Shaun talked about that compromat, because later on, have people have it that have like shady past, you can use it against them later on. You know what I mean? Like. Humans are flawed. Smart people are flawed individuals. I'm one of them. Yeah, so The other thing about science and religion that really bothers me, and this is something to think about, is that every one of these scientists go, well, a scientific method has to be repeatable and tested by multiple laboratories in different in different methods, right?
Yeah.
But what about Jesus? What if it's a one-off, man? What if Jesus is a one-off? Well, how are you gonna test a one-off?
The last thing I expected you to say was what
I'm just
about
saying, like, how are you gonna test a one-off, man? Like, it happened one time, homie.
I don't know. What about Jesus? This is a roller coaster, Emil. I'm telling you.
How are you gonna test? How are you gonna put Jesus to a hypothesis, man? It was a one-off. I mean, it doesn't. You can't apply this. I mean, this is the thing. Science is now the new religion. Again, sometimes things happen one time, homie. That's it. You know?
Okay.
Emil, before we came on, I asked you about your MK Ultra school, and you said you started to tell us. I said save it for the camera,
Oh,
but
man.
you've not told the viewers about your MK Ultra school yet.
Look, man. In the California school system, there's something called gifted and talented education. Okay, and all my life I've had Mensa member. I can I'm just a behavioral nightmare.
Wait, did you say you're a Mensa member?
Yes, sir. Do you want me to go? You want me to go grab?
No, I don't. Right? Okay, I do not. But it makes a lot of sense now. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
now.
but this is the other thing. This is the other thing too. Is like they go, oh, you're a Mensa member. Have you been to their meetings?
All the time,
those guys can't.
You can't go to a Mensa meeting without Ron being there, mate. Number one Mensa right here, my G. No,
buddy.
never.
Half those people can't dress themselves and literally can't tie their shoes, bro. Like I wouldn't want to be in a room with those people like ever again.
The grant's pretty good though, right?
Dog. I mean, like I went to school with a kid. I went to a school with a kid that was in the GATE program with me, right? And I'll never forget. We were at recess, and I go, we were playing kickball, and I go, listen, man, you're gonna. And this kid was up. I mean, I'm 130. He was like 156 IQ. He goes to kick the ball and he misses, and he's just like, okay, I failed. I'm like, sorry. He kicked it and it went in the air, and then someone caught it, and he goes, yeah, and then he ran to like first base, and then he was out. And he's like, well, I failed. I'm like, yeah, but before you knew that you were out, you were having fun. Yeah, but that's before I knew I failed. Like, this is the kind of kid that was in this program, and it was called the Gifted and Talented Education. And I knew a suspect. I had a teacher named Janice Morishita, and she saw that I was reading like Animal Farm and Fahrenheit and stuff by Philip K. Dick. And I was in 6th grade, and she took me to see THX 1138 at UCLA because that was Lucas's student film. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
You guys have never seen that movie.
My IQ's about 9.
Oh my God. Okay. Lucas made a movie called THX 1138. It's Robert Duvall, right? Everybody's bald, male and female, right? They live underground, right? And everyone's got a number. Like, this guy's number is THX 1138. Everyone has a job, an assigned job, and you go in front of this computer screen that has a picture of Jesus or whatever, and it's kind of like, how are you feeling, THX 1138? Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling. He's like, okay, take your medication. So he takes his medication. It's kind of like a dystopian future. Look, oh my God, there it is, dude. I'm watching this movie. Go show up someplace. I'm watching this movie at the age of like 12, and anyway, he has an accident at work, and one of the guys goes, listen, I can get you a I'm explaining to you right now. So I can get you a job and I can get an apartment where we can live together. He goes, no, you can't. That breaks the rules. So he stops taking his medication, and next thing you know, he starts having feelings, and he has sex with his partner, the woman that he lives with, and they put him in a room that has no walls, and they turn these knobs, and he goes, "Wee, wee, wee," and it goes, and it shows a number of whether or not he can be mentally fixed, or he's fixable, or he's not, right? And while he's in there, he says to this guy, listen, if one thing's a lie, it's all a lie. And I don't believe that that because basically there's been a nuclear whatever holocaust on the surface. And he says, look, if they're lying about this, they're lying about everything. And I think the surface is a-okay. So he decides to escape. And in that movie, Shaun, one of the most look up THX 1138, a car scene. He gets in this rocket car. By the way, yeah, that car right there. And when that sound is the sound of the TIE fighters, so going, as he's running from the cops, see the guys in the silver things, right? There's a tally of how much the police chase is costing, Shaun. It's going $1,000, $2,000, and he's gunning the rockets and he's making a break for it. And the guy and the cops the whole time are going, don't run. There's nothing for you on the surface. There's nothing for you on the surface. He finally gets up and to where this place in this scene right here. He goes up to the surface, and the movie ends with him opening the hatch, and it's in a beautiful sunset. There's nothing wrong with the surface, bro. Shaun, my life was like that. My mind fractured. I literally realized it's all a lie, right?
And you were 6.
I was in 6th grade.
Okay, damn.
How old
Right?
is that for the UK?
I mean,
12.
I was like 12. Emil's my perfect match. Is he single? I am single. So understand this. She then takes me to a program, and she is at UCLA, and she gets me tested, and they take me to a computer lab. And mind you, we had just got Apple IIe's. I'm dating myself now. And I had figured out a way to take a capital C, right? Can you see this? A capital C and then a small c, and go like this: capital C, small c, and make a grid and make my own Pac-Man game through programming, right? At this
You
computer
must
lab.
have been a nightmare for your parents. I'm telling you this right now. As a child, you must have been a nightmare.
First of all,
listen
to the Saxon. Listen to the Saxon talking about immigrants. What parents, bro? My parents. What they were like, you want to take him somewhere? Go take him. I don't care. Let me tell you something. I was the last kid that was paddled in the California school system. My dad's like, oh, you want to beat him? Beat him. You know, like if you would, dude, my dad and I did not get along.
Honestly,
you're
the best thing to come out of 2025 so far for me, Emil. I just want to point that out right now. You are it. That you are setting the bar for the rest of my year. This is where it's
at, the beginning. But again, they take me to this lab. They put on some computer diodes, and then they had me stare at these computer eyes, and I'm like, what am I looking at? They're like, well, keep staring. And this went on for like an hour. And then a week later, me and some of the other kids in the GATE program, they go, we're going to computer camp. Right? And I'm, my parents are like, oh, get out of the house. I don't care, And I'm like, didn't occur to me. I'm like, wait a minute. They take us down to Topanga Canyon somewhere. I can't be for certain. But there were these little cabins where they had computer servers set up, and they had us all. And I'm like, what does camping have to do with computers? Never put it together. And a lot of the guys that were in that program, one of the guys I was talking about, Landon, ended up working on thorium fluoride reactors. Thorium fluoride reactors are safe reactors that have very little chance of going thermonuclear or ever having a disaster. But anybody who talks about thorium and fluoride, in fact, he was doing research on it, and he disappeared. Don't know where he is. If you look up thorium fluoride, see if I'm lying.
I don't want
See
to.
if I'm lying.
I don't want to disappear.
And this program you was in, the CIA
You guys
was
have a hypnotic spell
behind it,
factor
right?
to the place over this guy makes him exude a very robotic aura. Yes, that's a DMT. That's a DMT experience. Yes. Yeah.
What was the role of the CIA with this school you were in, Emil?
I mean, it's already a known thing. They were recruiting. They were recruiting people. I got suspended too many times. But I did continue it in La Crescenta and La Cañada, California, and I got to go to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory there, which was wild.
Was there any more Mensa people that were in your school or class? Was there like a higher percentage of higher IQ pupils?
I sent you that information. It's 130 or above to qualify. I sent you the information in that link. Did you see it? You should pull it
No.
up.
I've got 3 links. I've got 2 YouTube videos and the aircraft one. I don't. It might be. Oh no! Wait. There's a PDF. Hang on a second.
Yeah. I'll show you.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. One moment, please. Oh wait, it's a JPEG. Oh wait, I think this is the corrupted file. Yeah, this is it. It doesn't open on my.
Just look up gifted and talented education and UCLA.
What do you think about Disney? You're being asked, Emil.
What do you mean?
What do you think about Disney? Is that a mind control company?
Oh man. I mean, what do you come on, dude? I mean, they're in bed with the Nazis. He made a movie with Werner von Braun. What are you talking about, dude? I mean, like, please, bro. He was one of the original, like, neocons, bro. Come on, man. That guy. He made Nazi super. Yes, Disney. But you know what? Disney's gonna fail because of their whole DIE and what they're doing with Star Wars. It's like watching them lose money. It's so hilarious, man. Put a QQQ in front of your questions. What does that mean?
Oh, it's for the side chat so that we can identify questions quicker. That's all.
Give me questions. What do you want to know, man?
Yeah. Oh, they'll ask. But you know, it's fascinating, man. I'm still trying to get over the gold thing. To be perfectly honest.
But Ron, I'm so glad that this is the first time we talked. What did I tell you before we went on? I said I'm gonna straighten you. I'm gonna sort you out today. I'm gonna sort you out, man.
Oh, no, you didn't sort me out. You ruined my brain. Okay. Like this is. I'm going. As soon as I finish work, I'm going to go through and try and explain all this to my fiance, and I'm going to be like, think about it. No real gold, right? That's what's I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's wild because what's crazy is that even with all these physicists who are like, it still doesn't add up. Like with their, well, a lot of magical things would have to happen to have all the gold on our planet, and it is pretty amazing. But like you said, back to Fort Knox, it is amazing that it is the one thing. Like when Roosevelt was like made it illegal to own gold, remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Made it a $10,000 fine or 9 months in jail, right? Yeah.
And then there's the whole suspicious of like every currency coming off the gold standard, which never made any sense to me.
Oh man, I mean, you want to go deep? Like, look, after
we're not deep.
Listen, first of all, after he got all that gold,
yeah.
And he bought it for 65 cents an ounce or something, or $65 an ounce, or something crazy, or $35 an ounce. The Rockefellers ended up buying it and taking it over to Denmark, and they made a 7,500% gain on their investment. Like he literally, and not to jump around, but like, don't you find it amazing that the Rockefellers want to do the UAP disclosure and the Mellons? Don't you think? I mean, by the way, this whole thing with Stephen Greer and Lou Elizondo, where do you sit, buddy?
I'm gonna just hand this one over to Shaun because my answer would take too long. My answer would take too long if I was to try and
It's not too
explain.
long. It's not too long. I mean, it's like listen, are you a George St. Pierre guy? Are you a Tito Ortiz guy? I mean, come on.
I'm a George St. Pierre guy.
100%. 100%.
All the way.
And the real and you know what's really funny? Anytime someone talks about a religion and Christianity and talks about and then the H word comes up, they're like, oh, we hate, and you're like, this guy doesn't, he's not religious. Same thing. If Stephen Greer was happy about disclosure, he should just be happy about disclosure. He shouldn't care about, who's in charge of the disclosure, or that I seriously doubt that he turned down $6 billion. Like, I just don't see it. Now, with Lou Elizondo, I know people in special operations. It's like the Aryan Brotherhood, blood in, blood out. He ain't out. Okay, I don't. Yeah, he ain't out.
Are you ready for some quick fire questions? You got 10 questions have come in.
I'm gonna go and grab a quick drink. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Did they come and get the gold from the ocean?
Duh.
What do you know about the RAF Bentwaters alien craft landing?
The RAF and the MOD, baby. Well, what is the one in Scotland that they just that was in the recent? Did you look up the one in Scotland? It's called Cahill. Is it Cahill, Scotland?
I'm not hip to any of this, man. This is your.
Where's the Scotsman? Cahill UFO.
He's gone for a break. All right, here's your next question. Are you psychic?
No, I wish. I mean, I don't know. No.
All right, next question. Why are they hiding parts of Antarctica on Google Maps, the area where Admiral Byrd allegedly flew?
Yeah, Byrd's story ended up being bullshit, but again, there are parts of the Antarctic. I honestly, it's one of those things. If you really want to talk about, forget the Antarctic, talk about the pyramid in Alaska. That's a lot more sketchy.
All right, get your quick fire questions in, folks. Next one is the Royal Mint the same as Fort Knox?
That's you, man. I don't know how the Brits keep it. You tell me.
Same scamming, yes. All right. What do you know about gelatin?
Like gelatin, as in like Jello?
Gelitin.
I don't know. I have to look it up. I don't know.
All right. Have you ever met Danny Tenaglia?
Yes.
DJ Ed?
Yeah, no, DJ would. Yes, I met and DJ Wood Danny Tenaglia. I love that guy. He's great. Go ahead.
Are we gate kids? Pretty unique characters.
Oh, another gate kid. I mean, anybody in the program will tell you it was a little weird. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, And then you're taking kids from like listen, we know from Ted Kaczynski, especially Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. You don't take kids from middle school to universities. It's just not a good, you know what I mean? It's just, you just don't do it. You don't take them to computer labs. You don't take them to parapsychology laboratories. You just don't do it. Yeah, we're unique characters. I don't know what they did to our brains.
Do things live inside the earth?
Yeah.
Where is the Alaskan pyramid?
Good question. You can look it up. People have tried to find it and look for it. I mean, there's definitely something there. Definitely.
Why do you think the Admiral Byrd story is BS?
Well, because I'll have to get into it. There was a guy that does something called Y-Files, and there was a book that he but I definitely think there was something there. Did Buzz Aldrin go to Antarctica? No, but
after he saw shiz.
Everyone, the astronauts. You know what? If you would ask me 20 years ago if I believed in the moon landings, I don't know now. I just don't know. I don't.
Why were the writings of the Bible stopped?
Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one. You want to solve religions with me? Let's solve religions. You ready? Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Everybody on board? Okay.
Yep.
So difference. I am Armenian Orthodox, and my mom is Catholic. So the only difference is what? The Book of Enoch, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, follow me on this. You're gonna like this one. This is a good one. This could be a good stand-up bit.
Yeah, you had me at Enoch.
Or Enoch, right?
Yep.
Now, Enoch said he went to a place, exact number, 20 years away, right? He went to a place 20 years away, came back. Enoch has some pretty wild children, right? What are kids' names? Kids' names are Jacob, Jonah, Noah, Methuselah, right? Every one of these kids have something in common. They all saw a silver whale. They built an ark, right? So remember his kids, right?
Mhm.
Now, in the New Testament, which is wild, they bring him up one time in Genesis, right? And they go, Enoch was the only person that walked with God, right? You with me so far?
Yep.
Right. So how can you bring up a guy once and then talk about his kids, right? So what I think we have, and by the way, he met some angels, Gabriel. Remember Gabriel. This is very important, right? So Gabriel, amazing angel. He heralded the birth of Christ, talked to John the Baptist, right? Important guy, right? Right? He also carried and ascended Jesus Christ up to heaven, right? Gabriel, right?
Yep.
You still with me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, how far away did Enoch go?
20 years.
Okay, great. We have records of Jesus up until what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 20 equals.
31.
So he goes. So what we have here is a custody battle. Jesus is a custody. Hold on. Jesus is a custody battle. So he has to spend time with mom for dad for a little bit, right?
Yeah, custody. I'm listening, Emil. You can't sit there and not expect me to make a tiny joke when you're saying Jesus.
No, you're right. No, yeah, it is a joke. Okay, but
I'm following you. I'm following you, brother.
He has to hold on. He has to spend time with dad.
Yep.
And then he has to spend time with mom.
Okay.
Okay, because it's shared custody, right?
Stepdad.
Okay, so then he goes 20 years, goes spend time with dad. Dad shows him how to do tricks. Mind you, before then he didn't do any of that stuff, right? He goes somewhere for 20 years, comes back, walking on water, turns water to wine. He's got all these tricks, right?
Yeah.
Right? Then they crucify him. So then he goes back to dad and he goes, hey man, I really want to spend time with mom. He's like, they killed you, right? Right? He's like, yeah, but I really want to spend time with mom's side of the family. He goes, but they crucified you and killed you. And so I this is a custody battle. That's what I'm telling you. So now let's talk about Gabriel, right?
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I'm not even going to pretend like asking this question will make it make any more sense. Okay. So Jesus was a normal guy, and then he goes 20 years away and comes back, and that's when all of the miracles happen. Is that right? That's right. What you're saying. Okay, right. Good. Yeah, I'm following you. That's fine. Because I mean, again, you've ruined my brain again. I'm just saying.
Okay. Now, who comes to Muhammad to tell him that he is a prophet? Bloody hell, man.
No, don't bloody hell me. Give me a second.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus. I'm going to, what the boss said. No.
Gabriel the angel.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Uh-huh. So he's literally our Tom Brady, bro. Like, he is our Tom Brady. Like, he's in every religion, right? And he is like how can he be a saint here and a devil there, right? Because if Gabriel came back, he'd go, hey, what are you doing over there? Oh, it's Easter. Oh, what are you doing over there? It's Christmas. Oh, what are you doing? It's Hanukkah. Oh, that's Ramadan. You're supposed to celebrate them all, you dummy. They're all the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? He is the one thread through all of these religions. But yeah, and by the way, there's proof that he might have visited Buddha as well. I mean, I'm just saying Gabriel should be our MVP for like they should be more
Makes sense.
focused on
Yeah, it makes sense.
Gabriel caused some trouble, doesn't he? I mean, maybe.
Oh, he sounds like a goddamn rascal.
But again, back to Enoch, right? And this custody battle thing, right?
Sure.
I don't think God was trying to save humanity. I think he was just trying to save Enoch. I think Enoch was just trying to save his half siblings. What, right? Jonah, Jacob, Noah. I mean, he's like, listen, he's gonna save me. Everybody get on board, and you'll be my plus ones, right? I
honestly didn't think you were going to top getting arrested for breaking the laws of physics, but Jesus in the custody battle is just.
It's a custody battle. Tell me he didn't spend time with mom and dad.
But do you understand? We're all learning stuff here. We're all, as much as you want to watch Shaun crease himself, right? And we're all learning stuff here. Like, this is, you're making really good points.
Rosie's confused as to why.
Again, even in the book of Enoch, it's like the Lord of the Rings. It's like the most amazing story, because what happens is you have these guys, the Watchers, right?
Yeah.
And then right, and then God goes fishing for a weekend, and God goes fishing for a weekend, and one of these guys is like, hey man, have you seen the women of man? Have you taken a look at him? He's like, yeah, bro, but we're not supposed to go down there. He's like, look, he's gone for the weekend. He ain't gonna know shit. So
he's been swiping right all day, son. You know what I'm saying? You know
right. Listen, we'll go down there, have our way, ain't no big deal.
Yep.
God comes back, unloads his fishing gear, goes, what's this?
Yeah.
Right? And here's the best part. Does he smite people? Does he take his wrath out on man? No, they go to
turns them into rock goblins.
No, they go to trial. That's what's the most amazing part. They go to trial, and the other Watchers go, hey man, it wasn't us. It was this dude, Lucifer, this guy. It was him. And he's like, me? You guys were down there too. Here's the Nephilim. There was a trial. That all of that makes more sense. And what did they do? They took it all out. Whatever, man.
Yeah, I actually heard they found 1,000 bottles of lube as well, and that was what made the whole suspicion of the party real for these goddamn scamps of a goddamn set of angels. But I mean,
they can't even admit that there were giants. I mean, like, they find bones. I mean, like, all of this stuff, like when I told you I went to Guatemala and I seen these. It was wild. I mean, I went to a place called Tikal, and I told him I wanted to go to the lake at night, and the guy's like, "Oh, do you want to go to the lake? Do you want to take this?" And he gave me a flare gun, a noisemaker, and a hat with two faces. And I said, "For what?" And he goes, "The Jaguars." I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he goes, "Yeah, the Jaguars."
Yeah, you gotta have. You gotta have the hat with the two faces, man, or they will get you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like 20 people a year get snatched up like ninjas.
Yep,
up into the trees.
It's the realness. It's the realness, man.
Oh, bro, they have a snake called the fertile lance that stands up like 4.5 feet high. I'm hiking through there, and I'm like, how long before I get bit? And he goes, oh, you have approximately 45 minutes. I'm like, well, how far is the hospital? He's like, 1 hour, 20 minutes. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna make it. You know, like, that's 20 minutes too long before I get bit.
You don't have to be a Mensa guy to do that math. I'll tell you that right now.
But the point is,
adding up here, mate.
But the point is, you get there and you look at these magnificent temples, and you just go, look, they either had some, like the guy, I said, how many people lived in this city? And he goes, approximately 120,000 people. I'm like, you tell me the town of Peoria built this place? No. Like, just say you don't know, and then you're like you and me. Like, just say you don't know. It's okay to say you don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't hurt anybody. Whether you're a physicist, or whether you're a science, I like just say you don't know. It's okay. Do you know what I mean? Even in religion, just say you don't know. You don't know.
Are you ready?
You
Are
weren't.
you ready for your next? Are you ready for your next 10 quick fire questions, Emil?
I need to take this on we need to come to England and sell out an arena or something. I need to
Oh
get on
hell
stage.
yeah! I'm telling you right now, you definitely need to do that, bro.
Physics.
I'm telling you now, I'm hooked on this, man. This is too good.
Ron, you
Let's
got
go.
it. Ron, please send me some clips.
Have you
will.
partied?
I will,
Have you
brother.
partied in Goa? Have you been to Goa in India?
Yeah, of course. It's and by the way, I love it. It's an Indian Christian part of the country. They're a bunch of hippies. It's amazing.
Did you take disco biscuits in the zona? In
Buddy,
Arizona.
First of all, you're talking
The
talking
connoisseur of the biscuit.
smack because listen to me, I would kill for a disco biscuit. Allude, people don't know. Listen, listen. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like this Miss Molly stuff or whatever. Like you could take it, but you still knew what time it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't like yeah.
Was Dr. Dan Baruch right about the alien contracts?
That guy was full of shite. That guy,
Crapola.
yeah, but don't.
Is there
there-
anything underground at the Thunderbird base, Arizona?
100%. There's all kinds of stuff over here. In fact, over at Sunny Slope, there's all kinds of. There's so much stuff underground. Of course they do, man. I mean, what's the surprise? I mean, come on.
Okay. Any thoughts on the airport in Denver? Denver.
Buddy, I used to live in Denver. Yes, they have something underneath there. It's called a hangar to keep the planes and the military planes warm when it snows. Nothing more, nothing less.
Have you listened to Bill Cooper or Jordan Maxwell?
Jordan Maxwell, I think so, yeah.
How many of the books of Enoch have you read?
I'm Armenian. We have to read them all, homie.
Has anyone ever said you look a little bit like Joe Rogan's cousin before?
You know what?
You've got like a
Joe
whisker.
Rogan. Listen to me. I'm Joe
Like a
Rogan if he
whisker
ate
of
bread.
Rogan.
I'm Joe Rogan if he ate bread.
And Joe Rogan if he ate bread.
Was the reason why God and Mary only have one child was God put her on the pill afterwards?
What did we talk about earlier? It's a one-off, man.
Listen, Emil, all I'm saying is if I'm Joseph and my wife's 13 and she's pregnant and I've got to move to another town, I'm telling everyone it was an immaculate conception.
Yeah,
That's all
but
I'm doing.
but
It saves you being lynched, my G. Do you know what I'm saying?
Buddy, it's no different than Horus. It's the same story as Horus, the same story as Zeus.
Horus had an animal's head. Okay? We can detach from the regular laws are governed by humanity. I mean, I don't know
Here we
what
go. Laws. Hey, I'm a criminal. Here we go.
Okay, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I got to use the words that I know. You know what I mean? But yeah, tell me about Horus. Tell me about Horus though, because I'm talking like I know what the hell you're talking about here.
Horus, the same story.
Okay.
He was born without a father, walked on water. It's same story.
Okay.
They just it's the same story.
It's just like music, isn't it? Really, every like 30 years they just bring out the same old crap, but it's the same.
Man, we could talk about music and frequencies for forever, and I have a theory about radio, and it drives me absolutely nuts. And I can't seem to.
I'm not entirely sure that's what my point was, but sure. I mean, let's go for it, brother. I mean, actually, let me get your take on this just quickly, right? What's your take, right? I often say this to people. You know, when you go like you've been on one of these holidays and there's like a hypnosis act. And you've maybe got a couple of hundred people in a room and he tries to mass hypnose everyone. And it comes down to maybe 8 people out of the 200 that go really deep into the hypnosis, right? And we know that subliminal messaging works on humans, right? What's your theory on these hypnosis techniques being used through music, through advertising and all of this stuff? Because it has to be, right? You would, if you were the evil overlords, you are applying that to everything, right?
Listen, man. Listen, I've been doing electronic music and doing music for 35 years.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to our music. It's sub-bass frequencies, bleeps, and bloop, 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 bloop. I'm convinced that people are looking for the resonant frequency.
Okay.
And if you really want to do research, and you anybody, any of your listeners can do this on their phone right now. Go through 5 random songs in your library. Ask Google what key they're in, and you'll notice that everything you listen to, is within a 1 or key
Interesting.
range. I'm in a C minor. Certain people are very few people are flat. I don't know why that is, but I can tell you.
Oh, God, you're an interesting man.
These concerts saying, "Hey, what?" Listen to me. It makes no sense that there are billions of people going to these electronic music festivals. There are no words. They're not connecting with the lyrics at all. They're connecting to frequencies. And what I can tell you is that blue whales in the ocean will song in warm pockets of water, and it will travel for thousands of miles. And that's because warm saline water is the best medium for sound to travel through. And what I'm saying is that when you're dancing, taking ecstasy, or whatever you're doing, heating up your body, you're becoming a better medium for sound to travel through. And I'm telling you that when you're
And
going
we're
to these shows,
and we're like 90% water as well, right? I mean,
this is why they're so dumb. Like they're not even tuning their speakers correctly. We're
okay.
85% water. You should be tuning your sound so that it travels through water. Like if you were really smart, you would have these like gel filled, like if you've ever gone to like a yoga place that has a vibration mat.
No, do I look like a yoga guy?
Well,
Okay.
but you can feel the vibration from the top of your head. Like
Yeah.
it's all going to come down to frequency, all of it, and especially with music. And for whatever reason, the biggest conspiracy is the radio. 100%. You will never convince me that is not a conspiracy. There's no answer to it. There is billions of dollars and billions of dollars being spent on festivals every week, and yet week after week you've got some guy going, "Hey, it's Mikey and Louise at 555," like, playing Fleetwood Mac 8 times an hour. Nobody wants to hear it, and you can't tell me it's because of money. Right? Joe Rogan and all these podcasts either talk a lot or shut up and play music. That is the thing. And yet these radio stations will not allow electronic music on their stations. They won't let talk radio on their stations. And even in their, and by the way, they're by law, supposedly they're public stations that we paid for. Every junior college here, community college, has an FM transmitter on their campus. The least they could do is have these music programs and have kids playing their music over the radio station. You could start a college radio network across this country and destroy and have a revitalization of the entire music industry. And by the way, radios are still in every single car. It's broadcast. And I'm telling you, the only reason has to be mind control. I'm convinced of it. That they will not allow this music to be spread on radio, which is free and can be spread as far, for hundreds and thousands of miles. Like radio has been completely taken over by corporations, and you during COVID, this is the craziest part. During COVID, even during the wildfires, like radios could have been used as a way to like warn people where to go, not to go. Wasn't. And a British guy that owns iHeartRadio owns it all, and it makes no sense. None. And I've been trying to get on the radio. By the way, not just me, not Danny Sinaglia. Nobody is worthy to get on the radio. Nobody. It's always some dumb name. It's like Shaun and the Cactus. It's got to be a regular name and a dumb, like Davy and the Bear. You know what I mean? Like, and all of it's being done by AI, and it makes absolutely no sense. And they've been broadcasting, by the way, a 440 signal worldwide, and that's the real conspiracy, that 440 megahertz is now being broadcast around the world on the radio 24 hours a day. Explain that to me.
Are you ready for your next 10 questions, Emil? Because we've only got 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Whose idea was it to commit arson to speak to Moses?
Obviously, God only knows.
All right. Did Enoch manage to save any of the siblings?
Yeah.
What's the Scottish UFO story you were going to ask when Ron stepped away?
Oh, okay. I mean,
Look at that reaction.
let me. I get. Card Hill. Hold on. Hold on. There's an image. Ron. Card Hill. Look up Card Hill Scottish UFO.
This is what my ADHD is like in my brain. This man is the fully incomposite of what my brain is like.
Bro, and this is me. This is me sober. This is great, guys.
Oh God, I love it.
Look
man.
up Scottish. Look up Scottish UFO with what's it called? A Harrier in the background. They got busted. This is one of the best stories. By the way, this is the biggest part of the MOD disclosure. This was sitting on an MOD wall for years, and the pictures disappeared, and they just reappeared last year. And the guy that was on there was Scottish as hell, and he was like, "I swear on my great grandfather's ghost." There it is. There it is. And there's no denying, by the way, look, blow it up. That right there, my friend, is a Harrier that is flying out through it. That picture is legit. There were 6 other pictures. There you go. Explain that one.
Put a one in the side chat if we should get Emil back next Friday, because like this otherwise, how are we going to get all the questions that we all think of as soon as the show ends?
Emil is well subconscious.
Because this is.
We needed more of Emil. How many? What did we get? Last time we almost got 100,000 views. It's crazy.
Telling you, man.
Yeah, on the gay bar Diddy stuff.
Yeah, man. I need a lie down after this. Like, I need a lie down and like.
I was only gonna do an hour.
Like really comforting, like finger food. Do you know what I mean? Like just some light little finger sandwiches and a lie down is what I need.
No, what I love is I grabbed my mom and I had to
yeah, man. When you get called out and you shout your mum through to prove your point, my G, that's the way we do things. That is
okay.
One of the questions, Emil, is whether you're wearing Gucci or Adidas today.
Adidas, my man. Adidas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I almost wore my Manchester United, but I didn't want to offend anybody. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God, is that a beagle in a Space Marine outfit with the logo over the top of it? That is the one. Is it Space Wolves? If it's just, let me know if it's Space Wolves, Yuri, in the side chat there. I don't know what regiment the Space Wolves, what the Space Marine is from, but I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot.
Space Wolves. What this aircraft?
No. It was ignore me, Emil. I was talking to somebody about their profile picture that I just asked a question. Yeah, and I was nerding out with them. Don't worry.
I love Emil's Scottish accent. Listen, I've spent many a night. Oh, Ireland, yeah. I need to come out. I need to come out I need to come out there, man. I need to.
10 minutes left. You ready for more questions?
Hit me, hurry, hit me.
Have you heard Messi in Heaven?
Who that? The soccer player?
What are your thoughts on Tartaria and all of the old architecture?
I don't know that one, but any of the old architecture. By the way, some of this new UAP stuff had some Celtic on it, which was pretty fascinating. I don't know if you know that, but
what do you know about Diego Garcia?
I know all about Diego Garcia, and I know all about like the gambling that goes on there. I know about it's a great place if you're an officer.
What do you know about the IoT LOBT human augmentation?
I don't even like the sounds of that, but go ahead.
How can 3 people witness a TR-3B hover 50 feet above them over an RAF base and no one else saw it?
Oh boy. I mean, because you know why? Because we're criminals. We're breaking the laws of physics.
Adam and Eve had 2 sons, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel and got married. Where did his wife come from?
Here we go.
Paisley.
Listen, the Bible has 2 parts. Listen, the divinity and people problems. Okay, Sarah and Hagar, people problems. Okay, talk to me about stuff that happens. The divinities, things that happen between man and God. I don't want to hear about it. These are people problems. I don't want to hear about it.
What places should mystics visit?
What should the mystics visit?
Yep.
A therapist's office.
Oh, Jesus is a freaking custody battle, but mystics are crazy. All right, mate.
No, I mean
Sorry.
they just did. I mean, like, listen, they got all that stuff going on in their head. I mean, it's a good way. Okay, yeah.
Oh man, this guy. I'm telling you. You know, you've made my fantasy dinner party list. I'm telling you right now.
Bro,
Okay, Gandhi's just
Sean,
been
Sean,
Andy,
did you not
super
warn
home,
him?
mate. Nah, it's the only person that's sprung in my mind, mate. I'm telling you.
Did you not give him any warning, Sean, at all?
No, that would have caused
No.
a different appreciation of you.
Oh man.
Okay, so let's do a recap. So gold was a gold thorium fluoride reactors.
Yes.
Right?
Thorium
Thorium
fluoride reactor.
Okay.
I'm with you.
And then what else did we go over?
Jesus in the custody battle.
It really was. So good.
All right, next question. What about radium?
What do you want? I mean, is this? I mean, what do you want to know about it? I mean, is it a chemistry class? I'm like, what about it?
Have you DJ'd in Goa?
No, I went to go. I didn't get to DJ there.
What Bible did Jesus read, being a Jew?
He didn't read anything. He didn't even.
Do you like the tune "Messy in Heaven"?
Listen, that would never be. I don't even like. No, it's not. I don't think I'll ever play. Oh my God, Avicii. Here we go.
Was Avicii a whistleblower? Have you seen his music video for "A Better Day"?
No, Avicii was a drug addict that went to Oman and overdosed. Okay, next question.
When do you think we are going to see a craft in the sky?
You've already seen it. I mean, like, what else do you need to know? I mean, how many more? Like, get over it. Either you believe or you don't.
Our daily news broadcasts mass hypnosis.
And they're all compromised. They're compromised. Yeah.
Did you meet a very sexy Kiwi man named Max in Goa?
If I did, I'm not gay, so I don't know what I would do with that. But yeah.
Just because he's a Hollywood gay bar DJ doesn't make him gay. You got to separate the man from the music. Why is it you're able to do a Scottish accent better than Armenian?
That's because I've had plenty of nights drinking dram brûlée.
Have you?
What was that? What was that? Like a Scottish Armenian, right? There was like a blend of the two.
Go ahead.
Oh gosh, too good.
Have you heard the record Bits and Pieces?
No, I'm thinking maybe. I don't know. Go ahead.
Come on, all those pieces, bits and pieces. All those pieces, bits and pieces.
Are you talking about? You talking about music with words? No, I don't have any music with words. I don't know what you're talking. Okay, go ahead. Go.
Why does your mum think you are crazy?
What do you mean? Why does his mum? You spent the last hour and a half listening to the man, and you ask a question like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is the same guy that puts gay bar DJ sees UFO up on his yeah.
Like, what?
Do you know of Stuart Wilde?
Don't. Oh, by the way, Sean, I owe you a huge apology. You were absolutely spot on about that Silk Road guy. You were 100% right about that guy.
How can we be serious after this?
Right? I've got to go and do another podcast after this about an 8-year-old girl in a school round the corner of me.
Again, that's not Avicii being a whistleblower. He was blowing something.
How many alien species are there?
How many grains of sand are on the beach? Who knows? Could be millions. Who knows?
Especially
You think
over
there's
internet.
millions? There's carry on.
I mean,
carry on.
how many species of snake are there? I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, like, how many species of fish are there? I mean, like, could be in the. I mean, who knows?
Right, Emil, listen, it's been amazing to get to meet you. I've got to leave and go and get ready for our show. But listen,
Ron,
we need to do this again.
Will you please send me some clips?
Yes, I will send you some clips, man. That because honestly,
I adore you guys. This has been a great. I thought I was gonna try to just do a quick hour, but it's not
listen,
possible.
man, we need to get you back. There's so much
anytime. Listen, just
Too good.
focus on the gold, and then please.
Oh, like I'm going to think about anything else, Emil. Like all week, I'm going to be able to think about anything else other than the gold. Okay, that's all I'm going to be thinking of, brother.
That's all. And if you just know that one fact, that all of this makes sense to you, man. All of it.
No. None of it makes sense now, Emil. None of it makes sense, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm fully okay with it, man. But look, it was lovely to meet you. And the show's not over here, but it is for me. So it was great to meet you. I can't wait till the next episode, bro. Because
Shaun, take care of that kid of yours, and good luck. And I'm praying for her. So
you stay here. It's me that's going. You're staying here. It's me that's going. Okay. But you're a legend, man.
We're all going out. What time is yours?
We all got things to do, man. You got a child in the hospital. Yeah.
All right, brother. Much love. We will see you soon, my friend. Thank you for coming on.
Send me some clips. Do you want me to stay on to let the recording go or whatever? Are you guys good?
No, just do whatever you want. You're fine.
All right, man. All right, thanks, guys.
Take care. Cheers.
All right,
cheers.
bye.
Good night. All right, viewers. There has been breaking news on Gene Hackman while we have been here. How have they screwed this screen up now whereby I can't even see? There I am. There has been breaking news on Gene Hackman. And Ron's show starts in 2 minutes. But I'll just let you guys know what has happened. So they're saying that Gene Hackman and his wife died 1 week apart from natural causes? What? They've both died 1 week apart from natural causes. Gene, this just gets even weirder then. Let's see. Officers have declared that Betsy died from a natural death, with Gene also showing symptoms of significant cardiovascular disease and advanced Alzheimer's. They also predict Betsy passed away first a week before her husband, according to the results of the results. However, according to the officials, Gene may not have been aware of her passing due to his Alzheimer's. Dr. Heather Jarrell of the New Mexico Medical Investigators Office spoke at the hearing, explained she performed an autopsy on Betsy. She found that her cause of death was natural and was caused by hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a disease carried by infected rodents. Gene is suspected to have died around February 18th. The doctor said there's no reliable method to accurately determine his exact time of death. His pacemaker stopped recording any cardiac activity around February 18th, leading officials to predict that was the time of his death. The chief medical examiner told people it is not likely the pair took their own lives together. After explaining, I've seen cases like that. Usually they're together in bed. The fact that they're in two separate locations tells me that I think that's less likely. From the initial kind of circumstances, it seems like he may have collapsed. He's got a history of heart disease. He's got a pacemaker, so that would not be unusual. He could not have died from dehydration if Betsy passed before him, as he was not bedridden and was still mobile. That didn't add up. The police also shared details of their movements before their deaths, showing that Betsy picked up one of her dogs, Zinner, also found dead, following a procedure it had undergone just days before. So there's just been a press conference. Gene Hackman cops find significant evidence next to wife's body in huge update. Wow. Oh. All right, yeah. That's that then, folks. So Ron is coming in next. If you're staying tuned for his show, thanks for tuning in with Emil. He's an absolute riot. And stay tuned. This video will take you over to Ron. Next one. Cheerio. Yes. Do they think we're that dumb to buy that story?